Can you turn that down a little bit, hon? Just turn it down a little bit. Hello and welcome once again to Superconnectivity. I'm your host, Charlie, the Professor Esser, and with me as always, is the man who knows what he's doing more than I know what I'm not doing.
Phil Perich.
There you go.
Trying to do the impossible.
Yes. Well, you know, are we doing the impossible or merely the fantastic?
Nice.
Yes, you know, let's get it out of the way real quick. I mean, we're going to talk a lot about it on Capes and Lunatics tonight. But hey, look who came back.
Fantastic. Well, kind of, sort of.
Well, I mean, they're here. They're
I know.
Before.
Well, I saw somebody online saying, you know, the team wasn't completely reunited, and they're like, oh, this could have been like an issue 0. But I was thinking if the Marvel 2-in-1 was current, this could have been an issue of Marvel 2-in-1. Well,
yeah. Well, not for nothing. You had to finish the arc in Marvel 2-in-1.
I know they're still stuck in the multiverse in 2-in-1. I know.
This is so frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. It is really frustrating.
And especially it's like a different writer because this is Dan Slott, so it's Chip Zdarsky who writes 2-in-1. They're like, oh, thanks, you know. You kind of spoiled, you know. They're not gonna, you know, they're not gonna find Reed and Sue yet in the, you know, in Marvel 2-in-1.
Yeah, but you know,
that's what they should have did. They should have ran Marvel 2-in-1. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna keep going once the team's back, but this should have been, you know, it should have been a Marvel 2-in-1, and on the last page, it should have been, you know, big, huge, next FF #1.
Yeah, I mean, they should have done better than they did, and they did not. And so, you know, the logistic, I don't know who's handling logistics at Marvel placement, because it's not for nothing. And they told Chip, oh, you need to do this many issues, and then we're coming back with Fantastic Four. You know, I mean, because not for nothing, the whole thing of it is that we've got a fully powered Reed and Ben and Johnny.
Yeah.
Which, like,
and they're
really
back home.
Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does a weird thing with the whole of everything. It's just not.
Well, that's the other thing.
It was very disappointing. It was a very disappointing. I'm going to be honest with you. It was a very disappointing issue, and I am a huge FF fan. And honestly, it felt this. You know what this should have been?
What?
This was a free comic book day book.
Oh!
Yeah, you charged me what? $5 for this thing? $6. Yeah. And both stories were very disappointing. I mean, like, the one good thing is we have Ben proposing to Alicia.
Yeah.
Spoilers. Yeah, Alicia. Anti-Alicia. Yeah. And that's nice, you know. They're getting cats. You know. But and of course she has a random cosmic ring now, because that makes sense. You know, it's like, gee, yeah. I sure hope there's no crazy wacky radiation coming off this thing that I'm about to put on my girlfriend's finger. You know.
And like, what's up with so Ben's just keeping like old Fantastic Four stuff in his apartment, like the flare gun.
Well, yeah, I guess maybe that was supposed to be like he's got like a little, you know, childhood home of Ben Grimm kind of museum kind of thing. Yeah. It looks like, or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, he's got some stuff there, and like, what, he hasn't been home in like 4 days, you know.
Unless he was at Alicia's house or Alicia, whatever.
Well, you know, they've been spending some time together, obviously.
But that whole thing with the flare was like such. It was such a tease because that was like, I think that's what they put in like the preview pages is like, oh, the flare, and Johnny was like, oh, they're back, but then they didn't show, you know.
Yes.
What was on the other end of that?
Yeah, and okay, you know, the flare. First off, I thought the flare was neat. You know, And what's neat, what I like about the whole thing is just, so there are good things. And like I said, what was most frustrating about the book is just that it failed to engage me in a real way. It is bad on continuity just because it's set sometime ahead of a current Johnny and Ben storyline.
And exactly, wasn't the whole point? Isn't the whole point of Marvel 2-in-1 is like Ben and Johnny lost their powers because supposedly the four of them, their powers are connected, and with Reed and Sue outside of the universe, whatever, Ben and Johnny were starting to lose their. So how did they get their powers back if Reed and Sue aren't back yet?
Well, obviously, that whole thing was a lie.
I guess maybe.
Basically, what I would imagine is the case is that the evil scientist lady looking for a body for her sister
lied.
Yeah, because it's not like cloning technology doesn't exist in this universe. It's just let alone CRISPR technology that exists in this universe. So it's like you have CRISPR, you could like fix the DNA malfunction, reclone her a new body, pop the brain right in, because you can grow the body, and you can even not grow the brain if you want. There's all sorts of things you can do. Trust me, MODOK does it all the time. And so I'm guessing that basically maybe she manufactured this for the four because she needed to get that. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows? She runs into Ben at the party and realizes that Ben could help her out, and so maybe that's where she slipped him a Mickey that made his powers start to wane off. And not for nothing, there's also the very psychological qualities of their powers. As I've said, I don't think the Future Foundation did anything to turn Ben human. They simply gave him an excuse to turn human.
Mm-hmm.
That it was because that's what I've always said. The reason why Ben can't turn human is because he doesn't want to give up being the thing, and he doesn't want to have to transform into the monster. Because when you do that transformation all the time, your personalities get disparate.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happened to the Hulk, is that because he has two forms, he is pulled apart, and his two forms become essentially poles. And Ben knows he runs that risk if he ever becomes human for too long. Ben will become the human half, and the thing will become the monster. And he does not want to be the monster, but he also doesn't want to give up the strength of being the thing. So he chooses to be the thing, even though it's all unconscious. Thank you, John Byrne.
And this just reminded me of like 90s Fantastic Four, like bearded Reed Richards, like trapped in another dimension, like send help.
Oh, yeah. Well, except he's not saying send help. He's actually just, he's on vacation.
We're alive.
We're alive. Not for nothing. The kids are all right. And not for nothing, it doesn't seem like time is passing at an odd rate in this universe, because even though they've created all these other universes, it really looks like it's just been the same amount of time that you would expect. Like the kids aren't suddenly older,
Well, yeah, I mean, they were basically outside the universe, so I wonder if that's going to be a thing too. Where it's like time really hasn't moved forward that much for like Reed and Sue and the kids, like even less so than like Ben and Johnny, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, anything's possible. And like I said, everyone's like, "Oh, see how old they are! Look how old they made Reed Richards." It's like, dude, he was always had gray hair. My beard looks just like this when I grow it in.
No.
Yeah, it's got that. I'm not an old guy. I don't have. Although I have noticed there's like a couple of hairs right here that are much lighter.
Yeah.
No, they're coming. They're coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like my biggest disappointment.
That's just the artist's interpretation too, because I mean, look at Ben on the cover.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of the overly humanized face of the Thing.
Hey, man,
I think that the Thing's
gonna have the big brow.
Yeah. Yeah, well, exactly. Well, he's got a little bit of a brow, but
yeah,
you know. But this was actually what I thought was the most disappointing of the whole thing.
Oh, the Doom thing. I was gonna say, do you think that was like Slot's idea, or is that just because of the whole Bendis thing? Bendis.
Well, you know, here's what I'll say: Bendis didn't write this story because here's the thing: you could Deadpool up Doom's face and not have him completely. Someone, I think it came from higher up that Doom must be Doom.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Doom can't. You know that you can't walk the line on Doom. That Doom doesn't get to be Doom doesn't get to be Otto Octavius.
Especially with the
Otto Octavius, yeah.
Especially with the 4 coming back, yeah.
Well, you know, I mean, no, you could if you wanted to have a story that like evolved and grew, and he could still be evil like Otto Octavius is, but he could really embrace the idea that used to be the thing about Doom, which is that he is the noble monster. But of course, obviously, they really. I'm sure they're going to play with that a bit, but he's obviously. You know, honestly, I'm just so over Doom. Because here's the thing. Doom is like, he's like all the hubris of Otto, but he's also boring about it.
That's
like,
what
Otto has the hubris, but he's fun about it. Otto is like, ha-ha! For I am Otto Octavius, greatest mind of the universe, you know?
Yeah, Doom's all tortured and stuff. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he's all emo.
I just thought
likes you, emo Doom.
And I just thought maybe after the whole infamous Iron Man thing, like maybe they would give Doom a break for a while.
They could have, yeah.
And am I just reading into this too much, or is Doom like, oh, I don't need armor. I'm just gonna run around half naked using magic. I'm like, who is he, Charlie Esser?
Yeah, you know. Yeah, except my magic works. No, you know what? And they've established this many times. Doom is a spit poor magician. Everybody knows it in the magical circles. Everyone knows the only reason why Doom is thought to be such a big bad in magic is because he fights scientists.
Yeah,
it's, you know, and he once cheated to beat Doctor Strange. That was the whole thing. I know he cheated in that. He did a Loki thing where he's just like, hey, I'm gonna be Sorcerer Supreme now.
No.
And he didn't even defeat Doctor Strange in that story, as I recall. He actually got second place, and like the prize for second place was you get a wish from the guy who defeats you.
Yeah.
And so he asked him to help his mom. How the heck, you know?
No.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, yeah.
No, good.
I was gonna say. I mean, Reed is twice the scientist that Doom is, and would be twice the magician, which we saw when he built the freaking doorway to heaven. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it once. I basically saw what he was trying to do. Here's how you get to heaven. Not in a worn-out shoe.
Doom has
that's a common mistake.
Doom has Reed Richards envy, you know.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? And Reed Richards doesn't have Doom envy.
No.
You know what? Reed Richards is the Ned Flanders to Dr. Doom's Homer Simpson.
Reed's like, hey, you know, I'm smart as you. I'm married to a hot blonde, you know. Get over yourself, Victor.
Yeah, really. I mean, the one thing that was redemptive in that story is the lady who's like, we need the face. We need you to be the leader. We need you to be the hero.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Letharians probably do see Doom as a bit of a hero. He's kind of a strong man, but, you know, he's maybe... he's a more intelligent strongman than most strongmen, you know?
Well, yeah, I think they've always played it like that, where it's like, you know, the Latverians did kind of worship him. Yeah, it's like, you know, it's always like, bend the knee, bow before me, but, you know, he keeps the people fed and, you know, safe, and the trains run on time, you know? Yeah,
well, except for the ones that he murders, you know?
Yeah,
that's the thing. It's like when everyone who disagrees with you gets murdered, suddenly a lot more people agree with you.
Well, yeah, he's a dictator. That's what I'm saying. But I mean, you know, that's why the people, you know, it's like, you know, no other country is going to dare attack us with Doom in charge, you know, and he keeps us fed. And
he is a gigantic spud penis. That is for sure.
He keeps us as pets, but you know,
you get that, spud penis dictator.
Yes.
There we go. I have to spell it out because it's a joke on so many levels, and I don't want our fans to not get the full breadth of my humor. Anyway, that's Fantastic Four. We'll talk more about that and the history of the world's greatest comic magazine.
Check it on Capes and Lunatics. Yeah, that's right. Capes and Lunatics 65. Check it out. But the team's going to get reunited because the Impossible Man promised us.
Yeah, and he is. Yeah, he is MP. We love MP. I want to see what Adolf's been up to.
What?
Adolf Impossible, his son.
Oh, okay. Mm.
He was the shapeshifter who did not want to shapeshift because he felt it was silly. Well, but here's the thing. Adolf Impossible, historically, is a very important character in Pop-Upian society. Mm-hmm. Because he is the first Pop-Upian to be differentiated from other Pop-Upians. The original Impossible Boy and Impossible Girl, and of course the Impossible Woman, were essentially just cellular offshoots of the Impossible Man. Kind of like what Vision did when he created his family. But Adolf is something unique and different because Adolf is a Impossible Man, is a Pop-Upian who was somehow created not through massive cellular mitosis, but possibly actual one second. Tristan, get some help with that, please. Ask Mama. Thank you. Well, now you did. Yes, thank you. No, it's okay, buddy. He's trying to make himself an ice cream float, which is fine. Mm-hmm. But I sometimes children need supervision, especially when they're 9. Anyway, but no, I want to see what's going on with Adolf Impossible. I know that him and the Wakandan girl kind of having a flirty thing. Preteen flirty, but still tween flirty is still flirty. I want to see what's going on with Bentley. Bentley, one of my favorite characters in the Marvel universe.
Yes, I've been rereading some Hickman stuff, some Hickman's Fantastic Four the last couple of days. Yeah, Bentley, yes.
Yes, but anyway, but I don't want to talk too. I want to spend the whole thing talking about Fantastic Four because, like I said, we have a whole other show to do about Fantastic Four, and there were the good shows like The Champions, in which we burn at the touch of Man-Thing. And as I was saying about Adolf and him being more than simply a restructuring of his parent, the way the previous Impossible family were just a restructuring of the Impossible Man himself. In fact, we haven't seen him, so it's entirely possible he absorbed them back into himself. So exactly where we got Adolf, we don't know. But in this, we get a really nice tale of Viv.
Yes.
Viv, who's been disengaged from her emotions, which meant she had fear, which meant she did what? What happened when you have fear?
She burned at the touch of the Man-Thing.
Yes. Don't be afraid of the Man-Thing, ladies. It's not here to hurt you.
Didn't someone make the giant size joke in there too?
Oh, I'm sure they did. They always make it.
I forget who, but yeah, I believe someone said giant size, as in giant size man.
Yeah, it was probably Braun.
Braun.
Amadeus chose new character, and apparently, I guess at some point, Riri Williams was Queen of Latveria for like a week.
It was probably in that Bendis run. That sounds familiar, but.
Yeah, well, I know that she was hanging out with them. But anyway, like I was saying, we get this nice thing here of Viv and her murdered self, her sister who she killed, sort of coming to terms with each other, and sort of it's a real nice Banner and the Hulk kind of thing where you have like those two parts of your personalities, one that is the repressed emotions and one that is the freedom, and they come together in the end, although it is painful. It is always painful to read.
Yeah, but with Viv being like a synthezoid, it's like it's always like, is that really? Does she have like a subconscious, or is that like I want to say like an emergency program, like the Vision like program that's kind of like a subconscious? Like, hey, you need to get your act together. You don't push these emotions away.
Here's what I'm going to tell you: the synthezoids. Which I believe were created by Phineas Horton, actually, because I know it's Horton cells. that they're made of, which were synthesized cells that are basically, you always get this thing with like, you'll see them tear it apart, and you see like wires and stuff coming out. That's actually not what the Vision is supposed to be made of. The Vision is made out of Horton cells, as the Human Torch was, and certain other androids that were popular in the 1940s. Because they were not the only artificial humans that were made at that time. Honestly, synthezoid technology was quite the booming field for a while there in the 1940s, and then really fell off, probably because of AI concerns. Let's be honest here. AI is a real mess in the Marvel universe. Because it's clear like they've kind of cracked the code on it, but everyone's like, let's be a little cautious with how we deal with the AI, which is actually Giant Man's the new Giant Man's whole story is that he was an AI. He was a brilliant AI scientist, and then Hank Pym invented Ultron, and all of a sudden the entire market for AI kind of fell apart. Not what people wanted in the Marvel universe. They were kind of tired of AI. There's no Alexa in the Marvel universe.
No, but this getting interesting, and I believe they said it's coming up soon. I think the champions are going to was it Weird World, because they're all getting like new looks or whatever.
Well, we know that the Man-Thing did teleport them. Teleport Wasp and Nova off the planet, and I'm hoping Nova gets. Actually, you know what I really hope for Nova? Here's my hope for Nova. I want him to get a Bucky costume.
Oh.
And I want him to have like a whole thing where he's like, "Oh, I don't have any superpowers." I want him to meet Winter Soldier, and Winter Soldier's like, "Dude, I don't have it. Yeah, I got a robot arm now, but I was punching Nazis in a freaking blue tights and a cavalry jacket."
I just wondered if like Riri or someone was going to make him like a technological, like Earth technology, but like a technological version of his Nova powers.
And I would rather he become the new Bucky.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I wonder if they're going to keep his power set kind of familiar.
Well, you know what? Sometimes they made Hawkeye into Goliath, and that worked out just fine.
Oh, true. Nadia Pym's on there. They can give him Pym particles. He could be like Teen Giant Man or something.
Yeah, that's the thing is basically. Here's the thing: if you want superpowers in the Marvel universe, you basically just have to ask somebody.
Well, yeah, and especially when you're on a team with Riri Williams, Amadeus Cho, and Nadia Pym, yeah.
And it's such a cheap cop-out, I don't think that he's going to do that. And that is why I kind of like, and there's just a lot of images I see of him where I can totally see him in a domino mask and blue and red outfit. And I know that maybe they could make him Nomad, but I don't want him to be Nomad. Because first off, there already is a Nomad. She's stuck between universes when we may see her again.
That is a good idea about making him like a Bucky or something. Make him like a Captain America pastiche, because you got Riri, who's like the Iron Man. You have a Hulk. You have a Wasp. So yeah, if you want to, you got
Iron Man, Wasp, Hulk.
Yeah, make him a Cap.
We sort of have she's not really an Asgardian, but she is sort of that god power character with the horns.
You have a Vision. Yeah.
You have a Vision. That's not one of the original team members, but still, we all love a Vision.
It's a classic, not
it's classic,
original, but classic, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And there's lots of great things going on in the Champions. I'm enjoying this run. I kind of fell off in the previous run. Who's doing this now? This is Zub.
I was gonna say it's Zub, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's Zub. Yeah, and I'm falling in love again. I liked it when the first one came, and but I kind of fell off. But with this new round with Zub, I think it's really finding its footing, and I think that they're getting a really good champions going. And as they say, and this is something I love. This is something I'm seeing more, because the world still needs heroes. See, world's greatest comic magazine. The world still needs heroes. See, we're going back to some old school stuff here.
Yeah, that line, where's that from? I know that's an old line. The world still needs heroes.
Because the world still needs heroes. Well, I mean, the world always needs heroes.
I know, but I swear another book used that back in the day, but I can't remember which one.
Might have been one of the earlier versions of the Champions.
Maybe.
You know, I mean, not for nothing, the Champions has been a concept that's been running around at Marvel for years. In fact, I think they keep on making Champions books because they need to keep the copyright fresh.
Wow.
Because I think the original Champions was Black Widow, Ghost Rider,
Hercules,
Hawkeye, and Hercules. Oh, and Angel.
Iceman.
Yeah, that's right. Iceman, Angel,
Hercules, Black Widow, Ghost Rider.
Was Hawkeye on there? I thought Hawkeye was in there.
I don't.
Hawkeye's in everything. Yeah.
Yeah, because they were kind of like the West Coast Avengers before the West Coast Avengers, weren't they?
Yeah, exactly. Well, that was the idea. Was they said, well, we don't have a West Coast team, so let's. And it was great. You had Hercules, although as you know, that was the saddest thing when they found out that Hercules no longer gets invited to the Champions reunions.
No, I think
because he has a drinking problem.
I know, because I think you're confusing Hawkeye, because in the Thunderbolts didn't Hawkeye like kind of commandeer some champion stuff for the Thunderbolts?
Possibly, yeah. I mean, Hawkeye commandeers stuff for people all the time. Hawkeye is always trying. It's a weird thing, and that's like the one thing I think that's missing in the MCU Hawkeye is that quest for leadership role.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what they should do?
What?
The actor who plays Hawkeye, he should be a founder of the New Warriors.
There you go.
Him just sort of getting this group of ragtag superheroes together.
Well, yeah.
You know.
I mean, he is gonna be in that new West Coast Avengers book by Kelly Thompson.
Well, yes, and I am looking forward. I am so excited about the West Coast Avengers.
Oh yeah, because your girl.
It's pretty pulled, man. It's pretty pulled. Then you have Domino.
Yes, number 5.
We read Domino this week. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
By the way, I gotta say, this is like such a great tribute to Ditko.
I know, in the beginning of all the Marvel books, yeah.
I know, and it is just beautiful. It really talks about how much of a it's beautiful. And man, I don't think I've ever seen them do this for a previous Marvel creator.
That's what I was about to say. I never remember them doing that for anyone. Probably the only other person who's ever going to get that is Stan Lee, probably.
Well, yeah, because Kirby's already passed away, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, and it's kind of sad that Kirby never got his 4-page spread like that.
Yeah.
But it was a very contentious time when Kirby died, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
No, I really like Domino. Of course, everyone knows, but I think there's a point in this that I think is what we're going to be seeing in this is that both Domino and what's his name? I forget the other guy's name. That they have much more control over the powers than they think.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not what happens to me when good happens to me, bad happens to you, and vice versa. It's actually what I actually believe is that the boy is pulling that tragedy towards himself. That it's actually a self defeating quality to him. That he's making his own he's giving himself bad luck because he's just doesn't feel he deserves good luck. Unless
it's the thing where he does know how to control the powers, maybe that's going to be a thing where, he's going to have to learn control. Because, Domino's had control most of her life, and she kind of buckled down this issue and was like, okay, let's go get a drink.
Well, that's the thing, is I would wager that at first it was kind of reciprocal what would happen. And it's an interesting, and here's, why? Oh, our good friend Gail Simone actually already gave us the clue. You want to know what the clue was?
What?
I think it was like second or third issue when Domino got a kitten for her birthday.
Yes.
And the boy's arm doesn't fracture until he's told she got a kitten.
Oh, it's like a
yeah, you see what she did there?
Uh-huh.
Because it's not that, a good thing happened to Domino, no, a bad thing happens to him. It's that when he thinks about good things happening to Domino, he brings that bad luck to him. He is essentially becoming a magnet for the bad luck and just drawing it to himself because he believes he deserves the torture.
So basically, the power for both of them is like you can control your own destiny. It's just a matter of what you believe, or
Well, yeah, I mean, and I think that that's something that we see here, where his face is all messed up and whatnot after the explosion and everything. And again, you can assume that, it's because good things are happening to Domino, but actually I think it's that, I think, and maybe this is like this weird quality, because things start to go south for him, he starts sending good luck to Domino.
Yeah.
That because he's drawing all the bad luck to himself, because he is a self-defeating, guy. And also I think that his girlfriend knows this. I think Topaz knows. Her name is Topaz, right?
Yes.
She knows this, and she uses this to control him. I think that she is manipulative of him, and I think that she is trying to dominate their relationship in this very, very unhealthy way. Yeah. That's my prediction for the rest of Domino. We're all going to watch it together because we all love Domino. Great book by Gail Simone. But I think that's what she's doing there. And I think she's laid out the groundwork so that we'll see it when it all comes along down the pike.
All right, before we run out of time, let's do one more. Amazing Spider-Man number 3.
Oh, yeah, I love this episode of Star Trek. There's a transporter malfunction, and half of Peter Parker has all of these qualities, and all the other half has all of these qualities.
Well, that's what I thought. At first, I was like, well, what's the difference between this and, like, when he gets cloned? But I guess it's like it's not even like a fully formed person. They're just like, Peter has the responsibility. Spider-Man has the power, and it's like, can Spider-Man never even took off that mask? Can he take off that mask? Is it going to look like Peter Parker underneath there?
I think he looks like a giant spider. No.
Maybe.
Honestly, what it is, and here's one of the things you'll notice about that book, is that Spider-Man sounds like Deadpool.
Yeah.
You're reading it, and that sounds like the quippiness, and it's just to an nth degree. Whereas Peter's like kind of like chill and mellow. And, of course, I liked this comic book story the first time I read it when Peter David wrote it for the Incredible Hulk when the two Hulks got separated. When the Hulk and Bruce Banner got separated, which, as you will recall, was essentially the exact same thing. The Hulk got all of Bruce's passion. Bruce had all of the Hulk's, had all of the intellect, and so they were just sort of separated. And I think that's what we're dealing with here. Basically, it's kind of a cheap cop-out storyline that we've seen dozens of times before. And it's like, gee, I wonder if this will change the status quo of the Marvel Universe. Will we always forever have a Peter Parker and a Spider-Man as two separate beings? No, we won't.
I just wonder if they're going to have to combine because Peter's like, oh, Spider-Man's running amok, or it's going to be like, we're both dying. We need to combine.
It is. I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen. Is like Spider-Man will not want to be combined with.
Oh no, he's going to be like, no, and he's like, I'm
Deadpool without a messed up face.
And then Spider-Man's probably going to be like, I'm guilt-free for the first time in my life.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think that was Kane's story. Yeah, again, stealing from their own selves. But no, it's just like I said. It's going to be that Spider-Man and they each have half of Peter Parker's scientific knowledge, which I think was something you were supposed to be seeing when he's fighting the Tri-Sentinel. Yes. By the way, why is there just a Tri-Sentinel running around?
I don't know I guess it's supposed to be the original, but I think it had like regenerative, because you know who created the Tri-Sentinel, right?
That was a cosmic-y thingy. I remember that. It was
at the end of Acts of Vengeance. I think Loki kind of smashed them, the three Sentinels together.
Yeah,
Boom.
Yeah, I know. I remember. Yeah, I knew it was magic. I didn't remember who did the magic on it.
Yeah,
but I knew that it was.
Yeah. So that's why I'm wondering. That's why I wonder if that's how it can keep coming back, because it has Loki magic in it.
Oh yeah, Loki magic. It's good for what ails you. Get yourself some Loki brand headache powder. Good for what ails you. That's what he put into Crusher Krill's liquid drink.
Because I think when it came back, like I think they even said like Spider-Man and Nova battled it when it came back, and like I believe it was like kept like regenerating. They had to like hit it with like Antarctic vibranium or something.
Oh, good old Antarctic vibranium
melts the metal.
Well, you know what is the thing about the Tri-Sentinel? Because I remember, if I recall correctly, the Tri-Sentinel came out in the X-Avengers. That was when Peter Parker had like a small portion of the Captain Universe powers.
Yeah, he had like the powers, but like none of the knowledge and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, he hadn't so it didn't go full Captain Universe.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, there's that what if issue with what if he had kept the powers of Captain Universe?
Yep.
Had all ultimate power, ultimate responsibility, etc. Makes universe a utopia or something like that, probably. Yeah, Oh, by the way, what if's coming back? I don't know if you heard that.
Oh yeah, it was like a series of one shots. Yeah.
Well, they do that. Well, it's always been a series of one shots.
Well, no, it's usually sometimes it's an ongoing series, but like last couple of years, that every so often they'll do like one shots.
Oh yeah. Well, they've been doing so. The most recent, actually, my favorite reinvention of the what ifs was a what if universe set in a connected universe. So you had this Captain America from the 1800s. Who fought the White Skull, who was the racist James Barnes,
Huh.
Yes, because he was a Southern, Confederacy guy. It's like, White Skull. And, and then, this Native American ritual gives tiny Steve Rogers the power of America. And, and then there was that's in the regular Marvel universe. And then there was the Russian Fantastic Four, which was awesome, which has Reed Richards and Black Widow. Because in this case, in this storyline, Nathaniel Richards gets captured behind Soviet lines during World War II.
Huh.
And he gives birth, and he has Reed Richards in Russia, and Nathaniel Richards is basically sent off to a gulag.
Mm-hmm.
Bad day for Nathaniel Richards. It's actually a very sad story if you're a Nathaniel Richards fan, which I am, though not. I like classic Nathaniel Richards. That was the one thing I really didn't like about that more recent Nathaniel Richards. Very annoying. When he doesn't have the goatee, when he's got a full beard,
and
they're kind of trying to imply that goatee Nathaniel Richards was like the evil Nathaniel Richards. It's like, no.
Wasn't that
Nathaniel Richards was always evil.
Wasn't that part of Hickman's run where all the alternate Nathaniel Richards killed each other off until they got down to one or two?
Yeah, but you saw that the other Nathaniel Richards was the one who had the goatee, but he was never that evil.
Again, Star Trek, beards are evil. Beards say evil.
Beards. Well, other Nathaniel Richards had a beard too, but he had a full Riker-esque beard.
Yeah.
You see, I have to grow the full beard, and then you're not evil. Although, you know what I found out, speaking of beards and being evil? The film I made, Blitzkrieg Escape from Stalag 69, it's on Tubi TV. So go to Tubi TV. You want to see me play an evil Nazi with naked people, and that's the thing you want to see. You can see it on Tubi TV.
So you're gonna send me that info later tonight. I'll put it in the show notes. Yes.
Yeah, Tubi TV. It's like Netflix, but it's got commercials and it's free. So it's just a bunch of old TV shows and just crazy stuff. It's like Netflix back in the day when it was just a bunch of crazy, just whatever. Hey, someone gave us a movie. Let's put it on our server.
Nice.
Now you can see it, and they sell ad space.
All right,
hey, let's get out of here, Phil.
Yeah, let's get out of here so we can start Capes and Lunatics and get a little Hellfire in here for this whole Fantastic Four thing and some other stuff. All right.
So, Phil, how can people find you if they would like to talk to you about Nazis and
thank you, Charlie Esser.
Russians?
Well, you can always get a hold of me, nightwingpdp@gmail.com. And on Twitter, I'm at nightwingpdp. Did I say nightwingpdp@gmail.com? Please, we want some interviews with comic creators. Superconnectivity 200 is coming up in like 3 weeks. And at Superconnect Pod on Twitter. Follow at Capes Lunatics and the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-Capes.
And of course, you can always write to me in that old-fashioned email way the way I'm awesome pause once said at superconnectivityblog@gmail.com. That's superconnectivityblog, all one word, at gmail.com. Of course, follow me on Twitter as I live tweet things, which not at the moment because Cloak and Daggers are off and all these other things are off. But when I come back, follow me at Charlie Esser. That's CharlieEsser. Look for the 2 E's in the middle. For what, Tristan?
Quality.
For quality. Bing.
Quality.
Bing. Yeah, there is not an E in quality. That is correct. Anyway, thank you for joining us once again, ladies and gentlemen. Please super connect with us once again. Good night. Schlafen Sie gut.
Playing up that Nazi angle. That's right.
Not every German is a Nazi.
On YouTube, join us in a couple minutes. I mean, if you're listening on the podcast, join us later in the week. Capes and Lunatics 65. We'll get Lil Hellfire's take on Fantastic Four #1. Brace yourselves.
I predict she was not a fan.
I could have told you that before the issue come out. I mean, she hasn't told me anything yet, but it's Marvel, so.
Well, I know I wasn't a fan, so I can't imagine her being a fan. You know?
Well, find out soon.